Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our podcast. I'm Dania, and I'm excited to actually talk about a topic that many of us grapple with, which is time management. Especially if you are trying to learn a language while juggling work, family, and personal life. So, what we are going to do is that I will be sharing with you some of the most practical tips to help you balance it all without freaking out, right? So, let's start with tip number one, which is recognize your starting point. The first step is to be honest about where you are. Maybe you work full time. Maybe you study full time. Maybe your life is totally occupied between work and family, or maybe between work, family, and studying. I mean, you are the one who have to be honest about it, okay? So the thing is that you really need to acknowledge that. Step number two, you need to set clear and realistic goals. What does that mean? Well, a lot of learners usually say they want to learn English, or maybe they want to learn Spanish, they want to learn French. I mean, their wishes are always general, and this is totally wrong. You should not have general wishes or general hopes. What you need to do, you need to specify them. So let's say, for example, you want to focus on learning English. Okay, that's good. But how? What are the next steps? So maybe the next step can be you need to focus on writing, or maybe you need to focus on reading, you need to focus on speaking. All right, this is still general. You need to narrow it down. How? You need to specify, like, let's say, for example, I want to practice speaking for 15 minutes each day. So this is really specific. So in this case, you are having a realistic goal, a goal that is achievable, that you can actually manage, that you can achieve, all right? Or maybe you can say, I want to learn 10 new words every week. That is still possible to be achieved. Or maybe I want to watch one short YouTube video in my target language every morning. This is also possible and realistic. So it is really important to set realistic goals. Because the thing is that I know a lot of people who come up with very general goals, and in the end, what happened? They don't actually achieve that. They feel so guilty for not achieving, but actually, the main issue is the goal itself. You really need to specify your goals. You need to make sure that your goals are authentic, possible to be achieved, and very specific. All right? So, let's move to number three. Tip number three is try to use a planner or calendar. Well, basically, there are a lot of different types of planners. You can buy them from the stationery shop, or you can even download them if you would like to have the digital planner, or maybe a digital calendar. It's okay, as long as you have something to write down your goals on it. Okay, so the thing is that you need to schedule your working hours, your family time, your personal commitment. You need to do everything. You need to write down everything. Why? Because in this case, when you write down all your needs on this calendar, ideas will be much clear. You will be able to see things clearly with your eyes. Because without writing them down, having them just in your head is not enough. Okay, the ideas are on your head and you are thinking about them and everything, but it is not enough. Why? Because you might easily forget. trust me, guys, life is really tricky nowadays, and we have a lot of things that can actually push us away from our goals. So, what you need to do is that you really need to be realistic, you really need to be close to your goals, and try to have everything possible to keep you near your goals. All right? So, when you have a calendar or a planner, all right, as I said, you can basically write down your working hours, your family time, and everything. So, for example, let's say from 7 to 7:15 you need to review the new words using an app, or maybe from 12:30 to 12:45 you want to listen to a podcast during lunchtime, or maybe from 8 to 8:15 you need to read a short article or practice writing. So this is how you can actually use your calendar or digital planner. All right, now let's move to tip number 4, which is picking resources that fit your life. What does that mean? Well, if you're short on time and you need to be flexible, so what you can do, you can use some apps that can maybe provide you with quick flashcards or mini lessons that can actually help you to reach your target. Or maybe you can listen to some podcast. So because when you listen to some podcast while doing chores, or maybe while commuting from work to your home, or maybe from home to school, things like that, right? In this case, you are basically using your time to do something that can actually help you reach your goal. Or maybe reading short articles or stories during your free time, or maybe while waiting for the bus, or maybe while waiting for your meal to get ready. I mean, whenever you have time, try to do something, right? The other one is try to combine language study with daily task. What does that mean? Well, the thing is that try to tie your language study to everyday activities you already do. For example, maybe try to listen to an audiobook in your target language. I mean, let's say you are planning to learn English, okay? Or maybe you are trying to improve your English language. So in this case, try to listen to some audiobooks in English while cooking or cleaning. Or maybe try to switch your phone interface to the language you are learning, to English. Or maybe try to label your household items in English, so using sticky notes. All right, so basically using these kind of tricks can actually help you reach your goal and improve your English in a quick way. And the other one is protecting your time and energy. And this point is really, really, really important. It is really important to protect your time and energy. Why? Because it is so tempting to say yes to every task at work, or to say yes to every invitation from friends, or to say yes to everything but not learning or not studying. Seriously, this situation happens to me all the time. Not exactly all the time, but most of the time. So the thing, because the thing is that it is sometimes so hard to say no, but what we need to do, we need to train ourselves. We need to start. And this is what I'm doing, by the way. I am actually training myself on how to say no. I know it is not really that hard, but trust me, it is sometimes hard when it comes to certain circumstances. So what we need to do is that we really need to protect our time and energy by saying no to tasks, or maybe to invitations, or maybe to events that are not really important to us. We really need to practice saying no. All right? So the thing is that when you feel overwhelmed with the idea of saying yes, yes, yes all the time, in the end, what happens? Your energy will be drained by the end of the day. So what you need to do, you really need to say no, all right? So for example, if someone asks you to take on an extra project at work, but you are already swamped meaning that like your schedule is full, like you have no no extra space on your calendar, all right? So this is the meaning of swamped. So when you are already swamped, politely say no. Well, you don't need to say something like, no, I don't want to. Of course, that is not polite, but you need to say it politely. You need to say something like, well, I wish I could take this project, but unfortunately, I don't think I'm able to do so because of my schedule. That's it. You are saying no in a polite and professional way. All right? Or another thing is that try to set some boundaries with friends, or maybe with people um, who are not basically adding anything into your life but stress, or maybe but time waste. All right? So that is why it is really important to start saying no. Oh yeah, basically these are most of the tips that I thought of sharing with you. And I really hope these tips can actually help you manage your schedule better and find time for yourself, for what you are doing, like for your studies, for language learning, for work, for family, for friends, I mean, for everything. All right? And remember, it's all about quality over quantity and consistency over perfection. Because seriously, consistency is the key, not perfection. So it is really important to be consistent in everything you do. So in the end, I wish you all the best in everything you do. And until next time, keep learning, keep growing, keep doing everything you enjoy. Thank you so much for being here, for listening to today's podcast. If you like this kind of topics, let me know in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you won't miss any of the upcoming videos, because really I am actually preparing a lot of other videos on this channel. So be sure to subscribe, and please let me know in the comments what you think, what if you have other ideas or maybe other topics you want me to focus on. I mean, I would really love to read your comments. All right, so until next time, I wish you a wonderful day and take care. Bye bye.